I'll make room for you, Pickle. Here, I'll move this stuff. So we can't really do much until this guy moves. Excuse me, man. I gotta type. I'm gonna move your foot. Thank you. Oh my god, I'm getting like cat hair in my mouth. It's crazy. The cat is on the keyboard, so we can't play any games right now. And I was meaning to make a short YouTube video to talk about some ideas I had about StormGate. The thing I wanted to talk about, I want to ask you guys in the chat a quick question here. Out of Warcraft 3, StarCraft Brood War, and StarCraft 2, what is the most overpowered thing out of all three of those games? Because this is a thing I want StormGate to not do. Again, I don't know what their game looks like right now. I've seen basically whatever you guys have seen as well. But I have this recommendation for them on something they want to watch out for or be very careful if they implement. Heroes in Warcraft 3. Okay, that's a very... that was actually not the direction I was going in. But yes, Heroes in Warcraft 3, extremely powerful. I wasn't counting Warcraft 3 Heroes because that's like what the whole game's about. But yeah, I mean, it's insanely powerful. Someone got it right in the chat. Creep. Dane's nailed it. Creep is in StarCraft 2. Now, I want to point out, I like, from a game design point, I like what they did with StarCraft 2 and Creep because I think it made it very Zergy. It definitely fit the way the race operated. So I'm not really complaining about it in that regard. But StarCraft 2, Zerg Creep, is so insanely powerful. You get to see everything on the map. It speeds up your units. And it doesn't really take anything for the Zerg to do, right? It's not actually a situation where they're giving something up to have that creep. If you look at, and by the way, and I don't mention this or too often in GSL because I don't want to take away from the show, but Zerg is, StarCraft 2 clearly has been the most successful race. In some ways, the strongest race. Doesn't mean Protoss can't win. I know we just had a Protoss GSL champion. Doesn't mean Terran can't win. Obviously, Maru, great player, won tons of GSLs, but it is so insanely powerful in the sense that, like, if you watch a Terran versus Zerg, there's no way that the Terran can drop without the Zerg knowing, and therefore just preempting it and meeting it. A question in the chat, what do you think about if Creep no longer gave vision but acted similarly to those to sensor towers, maybe a different stylization on the effect? Now, see, I'm open to that. I just want to make sure, because out of all the games I've casted, and being someone who plays RTS as well, when you start to look at what a Pro Zerg can do and see the entire map here and effectively control the game. I mean, having vision in RTS is the most powerful thing. When hacks came out for the game, the hacks would give you map vision, right? So I'm hoping in StormGate, I'm not saying that they can't have some kind of creep-like feature, but they need to know the dangers that it can do when you get to high-level play. And things to basically try to avoid with that, because I feel like right now, I mean, we're not going to change it in StarCraft 2, obviously. It's been around for a while here, but they need to be extremely careful. They need to, if they're going to have a creep-like mechanic, they have to make it so that the Zerg has to work for it, and when it's taken out, it can't be replaced easily. I mean, right now in the game, you just have a bunch of creeps, you lay down a bunch of tumors. The Terran comes and kills that, and they just come out and lay the tumors down again. And so they're not giving anything up. If you look at the way Zerg operates in StarCraft 1, they have Zerglings, they have to put Overlords out. And keep in mind, an Overlord, basically a supply depot. If you lose that, you can't make stuff. So the Zerg has to actually put themselves at risk in order to have map control, in order to spy on the opponent. And that can be denied, where I think the creep mechanic is just not good. So I'm hoping that for when they... I don't know how far along they are in designing StormGate, but I do hope that they really consider being very careful about creep issues and stuff like that moving forward. By the way, if you're watching the video on YouTube, give me a subscribe and a like if you would, please. Let me know what you think in the comments. Maybe you think I'm totally wrong and the creep is fine, or that every race should have more something like creep. I don't know. But let me know. We're going to be having a lot of StormGate content as that game gets closer and closer to actually coming out. And I intend to be casting it and playing it, so I'm looking forward to doing that. So thank you for watching the video. I appreciate it. Back to the cat, who has not moved yet. There we go. We got him off, man. Holy shit, there's so much cat stuff everywhere. Cat fur everywhere.